I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to support the show? Do all your Amazon shopping through we'refromtheinternet.com/Amazon, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but we get a little kickback on everything you buy.
What is your favorite form of pasta?
I like the little shells, because you can fill them up with meat and then eat them.
Yeah, what's it? Oh, I've forgotten the bloody name of it. The one that is like a little packet with tomato in it or meat or whatever.
Ravioli?
Is it ravioli?
Well, look, you can get it in a tin. And it's
No,
got a bit
well,
of
we
meat
get
and
it in
it comes with
bags.
Tomato sauce. It's 'cause you're middle class.
I'm
normal folk
I'm
get it in a
class.
Normal folk get it in a tin
God.
and just have it on toast.
Do you know, tonight was the first night in probably at least a couple of years where I came home and was offered a choice of 3 different meals, and I got to pick.
Did you have them all?
Do you know what? This is 2 days in a row now, right? I went out for a meal yesterday with work, and I got a text from my wife saying, "Where are you?" And I replied, "I'm out for a meal." And she was like, "Oh, I cooked you dinner." And I was like, she'd obviously forgotten I was going out. And my first thought, not my only thought, but my first thought was, I've got 2 dinners tonight. When I get in, I'm having another dinner. And then I thought I could take it to work, but I forgot it. So when I got in tonight and she started cooking dinner, I remembered my other dinner was still sat in the oven, in the fridge, and was just like, could I have 2 dinners tonight? But no, I didn't have the balls. It's probably just going to go in a bin.
What was yesterday's dinner?
It's supposed to be butter chicken, although it was corn. And so it's butter corn, I suppose, with rice.
With some Nutella on.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, ravioli I quite like. I like the thick, stringy one. I can't remember what it's called.
Spaghetti?
No, the thick version of that.
Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure I was making that up.
Fusilli, is that the little twisty twirly one?
Yeah, I like the twisty
twirly. I tell you what I do like.
Go on.
The one that's got the different colours in, the spinachy one and the tomato one, where you have the mixture of all the different colours.
I don't know what that's called, like terra something.
Chocolate.
That's it.
Chocolate.
I don't like the shell one or the tubular one because the water stays in it. Because I don't leave it to sit for 5 minutes, whatever you're supposed to do.
Jamie Oliver would have you believe you're supposed to add some water back into your sauce afterwards. Get the starchiness and it adds deliciousness, and apparently that's how the Italians do it.
Well, I always boil it, stick it in a colander, pour boiling water all over it to clean it, and then
so you're taking all the starchy flavour out.
And see, I quite like the starchiness of stuff.
So why'd you clean it?
Because I thought that you were supposed to, and I thought it's because I like starchy rice, and everyone says I'm an animal.
I think you're supposed to rinse rice.
Yeah, I know you are, but I quite like it when it's starchy. I think that's just from my mum messing it up a couple of times growing up. she'll hate me for saying that, but I used to love it. Yeah, so I mean, I quite like all pasta, really. I
have a question about pasta.
Go on.
How come when you have spaghetti bolognese, you get all that pool of orange stuff at the bottom of the plate, and spaghetti sometimes just sort of slides around on the plate?
Do you think it's because it filters through all the spaghetti until
and just starts to separate the sauce out into its component?
Yeah. Do you reckon you put it on top and it just dribbles through?
But then you get the little orange oily stuff, and then you can sort of, if you tip the plate slightly, the whole meal will slide around on the plate.
I've
move
before
around
lifted
the
a plate and just drained that all off, just because I didn't want wet soggy food.
Poured it over your garlic bread.
That's a good idea, to be fair. Do noodles count as pasta? Is that a stupid question?
Disciplined for this yesterday because we had a Chinese yesterday, and I said some nice spaghetti when we had some chow mein, and I was massacred for it. It was apparently not an acceptable thing to say. But what's the difference?
I know there's egg noodles obviously made with egg,
but isn't that what pasta's made of?
I really don't know.
I think pasta is flour and egg. And I'm gonna throw this out there that I think noodles might be flour and egg.
No, they're egg and flour.
Yeah, well,
that's where you're going wrong. But I really love thick noodles, udon noodles. I made my family walk across London to pick up some udon noodles. They didn't want any. I got out there thinking we were all going to sample them, but then I just went up and bought mine.
You've made me walk across London for these on more than one occasion as well.
I love them.
Yeah, but I imagine there's more than one place in London that sells them. I'm not a London expert.
There's 3, and they're all in the triangle on Leicester Square.
There's 3 in that particular chain of people who cook noodles at the side of the street.
Yeah, but it's not the udon noodles. It's the I can't remember what they call it. It's like satay sauce, but it's not satay sauce. It's something else. It's
just like a peanut sauce, isn't it?
But they do it a certain way that's really thick and peanutty and awesome.
Have you tried it somewhere else?
Yeah, everywhere else I ever go, and it's never the same.
Even if they don't normally sell noodles. You will make me some noodles, and you will put some peanut sauce
Mate,
on
I
them.
went to the Chinese round here, and I ordered a pot of satay sauce, a pot of cashew nuts, and then chicken and udon noodles, and then mixed it all together myself, and it just wasn't anywhere
Well, it
near
wouldn't
the
be
same.
the same, would it? You could probably... The guy who makes the noodles in London, it takes him 2 minutes. I imagine that's a skill you could learn. If you watched him do it...
Yeah, but it's the sauce. That is all it is, really, I think. The sauce and the
just ask him
thickness
for a
of the
bottle of the
noodle.
sauce.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called now. I'll have to... if
Well,
anyone
I
wants to
imagine
know,
next
can
time
ask
you're
me.
there, seeing it on the sign will
Well,
jog your memory.
I looked it up on their menu to see if I could buy it on the internet, but I couldn't find anywhere
Look
that
up a
sold
recipe for it.
it. Yeah, I'll have to. It is beautiful, though.
I was going to say something then, and it's been thrown out of my mind by my toothache.
If pasta can be made with tomatoes and with spinach, then what makes it pasta? Is it just
I think it's
the shape, or
No, it's the combination of
you add that
eggs
in on
and
top?
flour, I
Right,
guess.
eggs,
I don't
flour,
know.
and a bit of spinach.
Is there any eggs in it, or is it just flour? We need to know how you make pasta.
I'd really love to have a pasta maker. That'd be pretty cool.
I imagine that's
Quite
just a
standard
lot
to
of-
make.
Yeah, but again, you're demonstrating just how middle class you are there. That you want to make my own pasta. Your version of making your own pasta should be taking it out the pack and throwing it into some water. That's making your own pasta, and it should be one of those massive bags that you get when you're a student that is from the floor up to the level of
I know
the
we
table.
buy like the 29p pasta from Tesco's on the floor.
I get the massive sacks that I used to get when I was a student. When I used to do my batch cooking, and it's like a £5, but it's enough pasta to last you 8 years.
We need to start doing that. I think that'd be handy.
Do it with rice as well.
Yeah.
See, and then the other thing is, if you get a bag of rice that big, if you ever drop your laptop in the bath, which, you know, I'm a nerd. Sometimes I drop my laptop in the bath.
I usually
you
sit
can
mine next
sling
to
it
the bath,
straight
to be
in.
honest. But yeah, that's a good point. The only time I've ever had big bags of rice that big was when my uncle was a lorry driver and a few fell off the back. But
I don't know how to break this to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they fell off just by themselves.
I have often had my suspicions.
Yeah, I suggest they were pushed, those bags of rice.
Or somebody left the door open on purpose.
What, and then help themselves? You suggesting there was some pinching going
Or maybe
on?
they drove off too quickly on purpose to make sure they fell off.
That'd be a good idea, because then that's not stealing, is it? Like when you see a moose at the side of the road, as long as you didn't run it over yourself, you can eat it. I'm sure that's a rule.
That's why we go driving in pairs, isn't it? I drive
Yeah.
ahead because I haven't got a licence.
I almost stopped at the side of the road to pick up a dead chicken on the way home the other day, because it was just there, and, you know...
Was it already feathered and plucked?
No, it was...
served.
It was just lying in the middle of the road, pretty dead, couldn't see any head about its person, but, you know, the body of it looked like a chicken. And I almost picked it up, but then I thought, right, I don't know how to get the feathers off. I don't know how to get all the crap inside it out. And they cost £3 in Tesco.
Could have been a trap as well.
Yeah, I might, if I want a chicken that badly, I might just go and buy one that's all ready to eat and not full of disease. From the
It'll be the same
supermarket.
one. They're driving around just looking for chickens.
But that was fine, because
Why
at
was
least
there
then
a
they're
chicken
taking the
round
guts
here?
out. I don't know.
Sure, it wasn't a pheasant.
It was a bird. Well, it could have been anything. It could have been an emu. I don't care. It was a bird.
Well,
it was lying
there's-
in the middle of the road.
Let me break this down for you. There's an emu farm over there,
So you're saying it's more likely it was an emu?
and there's pheasants flying wild all around this area.
It was probably one of them then.
Yeah.
Like I said, a chicken. Want to get every episode of We're From the Internet at least a day earlier than the iTunes and Stitcher folk? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/pledge to support us on Patreon, and as well as early access, we'll throw in an exclusive weekly show just for our patrons too.